Yo, what is good, my anime faithful? What is good, yo? Guys, I am truly a genius when it comes down to this show. I knew exactly who gave up all the information, and it didn't feel so good when he just gave himself up like that. But, it was pretty clear cut that the substitute girl definitely did not do it, and getting as much information that we did about her and our boy's relationship was actually shocking. Finding out that they, you know, pretty much were, I mean, she actually told him that she loved him, and somehow, some way, she wanted that all to work out. So there's something we're missing. There's a big chunk of history we're missing here. And I'm not too sure how smart that is to keep it away from the fandom. Nor do I know if that's just how the story is actually told and it kind of just progresses like that. But I wanted to give a quick shout out to somebody that was giving me advice to play the actual game, or like just a recommendation to play it, and it almost looks like it might be coming out for PlayStation 4 soon. I just wanted to, I don't know if he's still subscribed to this channel or not, because I apologize for not commenting back. I did some research on it, and I saw that even if I had the PC that I wanted, I couldn't play it, so I was doing more research, and then I happened to stumble upon it on PlayStation, like actual channel and stuff like that. So there might be a game I might want to try to grab and be playing in the background while I talk about this show. But other than that, we get probably one of my uh, weirdest predictions that I was noticing from the very first time we got a little bit of information. Huh. Excuse me. There's something that was very interesting about how the substitute was acting ever since the meeting with the old man who's pointed a gun since the beginning, and to think that all of a sudden she's just experiencing these migraines, and they're mostly coming from after her like recent events of meeting up with the old boy, the old man. It's clear to me that he's every time he uses that ability or something along those lines, he either could maybe make them do things that they are not, like they're just unconsciously doing it and don't know why they're doing it. Like they're just kind of in autopilot mode, or maybe he is somehow tampering with that, uh, like when he goes to take over your mind or whatever he was trying to do to our main character and couldn't. Maybe that in line falls in the place of like actually taking. I think they said it was like had something to do with hypnosis, so he might actually be able to be saying, follow him, notice every tiny detail that he does, stuff like that. Which, as soon as I saw her take a little bit of a note that he reached his hand in his back pocket, that was already kind of a dead giveaway that she was paying a little bit too much attention to our boy. So it's clear that if anything, she's gonna keep trying to weasel her way closer and closer if, in fact, she has no control over herself and what she's doing. But at the same time, it almost seems a little too good to be true for that ability to be able to do that. At the same time, we're talking about a guy who can go back and change the events that have taken place. So nothing seems very far-fetched, am I right? So that's just how I look at these shows nowadays, that actually give us viable evidence to say, okay, anything is freaking possible if this happened. You know what I mean? Like, you can't really. It's just like JoJo. Like, I never, after seeing what could happen in, uh, just diamonds, or diamonds, Star Crusader, and all the ones like after it, like Diamonds Are Unbreakable, and now Golden Wind. It's clear to me that these guys can write whatever they want, and then if you actually do some research, some of the stuff actually lines up with what would happen. So it's crazy to think that, hey, we're gonna do this really ridiculous thing and the audience is gonna freak out about it, but it could actually happen in the real world as well. They won't even see it coming. So we pretty much figure out who the culprit is of putting up these signs, and because of it, it makes the paparazzi and everybody who just wants a piece of the action, they get very, very quickly involved and learn everything that they want to learn, or that they're not learning. They're just hounding the residents to figure out. So it's clear that's one reason why uh, this girl has to just like leave unnoticed and stuff like that. But the crazy thing is, whatever they're accusing him of and stuff like that, she knows it's true and he knows it's true, and that's why he's like actually considering it. But the thing is, he can't. Our main character can't go back because he didn't set the timer there in the first place, unless, for instance, let's say now he's in this tight spot and he's trying to figure out how to get the best of both worlds, staying alive, keeping this kid alive, and now saving a girl that's gone in here and trying to figure things out. So you got to do all of that and not use your ability too much, because he just found out what happened last time he used the ability to keep going back and back for his mother. Like he just wound up in a time period that he wasn't even supposed to be in, or something along those, or like a parallel universe that shouldn't have had that outcome and him in it. So pretty messed up, but not surprising, because this show is absolutely dead on the money when it comes down to thinking out a lot of different aspects of all the continuous things that has happened in the world and that's happened in theory and stuff, and they seem to be playing with it in this show. And that's why I think one of my anime people, if you're still around, I'm pretty sure that's why you want me to see this game, because I can only imagine dealing with all this stuff and maybe learning these relationships along the lines of what even happened between the two, the main character and the girl who's the president's daughter or the governor's daughter, uh, why why they even have such a close bond, and when was that picture taken, stuff like that. Unless I'm just completely jumping the gun and thinking that all this stuff has already been told, and we're just gonna get like a backstory sooner than later. I'm not. I truly just think that this stuff feels like it's just being thrown there because they have to just keep going. Like here's this information. This is why they're close. I mean, they even had pictures back in the day that's hold dear to her, but we got to move on. It's kind of like a bleach treatment in a way. But overall, I am truly interested to see what you guys are feeling about this week's episode. We just get into the cave and pretty much find what looks like a sacrificial chamber or something along those lines. So that's pretty messed up. I guess we'll see. Oh, that's right. I have to go back. Crap. I guess we'll see what that actually comes out to be, because I'm not sure. I'm not sure where they are. It looked like a tomb, like some type of probably like like I would say, since there was a cage blocking kind of the door. I mean, what would be behind the cage that's supposed to be there by the mechanic? How the castle is supposed to be made, and it's like, oh yeah, this is probably this is probably a whole bunch of dead prisoners or something along those lines, or dead thieves. So I guess we'll see what pops off in there. But yeah, we do see the old man giving our substitute teacher like a massive headache. I think because you got to remember, whenever that sun, he like kind of blocks the sun, and that was the end of him using his ability. So to just conveniently have all of those different things in this moment is not a coincidence. So pretty sure that's what they're getting at, and for now we're just gonna have to wait and see what he can actually do, because he literally has someone on the inside if he can control minds or something along those lines. So really interested to see how it plays out. With that though, I will talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.